So, hello and welcome to today's talk and to today's webinar. Season's greetings to you all. So, we are going to talk to you today about a very interesting thing actually. So, autoimmune diseases have been increasing in last few years, especially in last 2 or 3 decades, especially in last 2 decades. And one of the most commonest disease in the West specifically, and also nowadays in India, that we are seeing in cosmopolitan city, in Mumbai, in Bengaluru, especially in different parts of United States of America, is the inflammatory bowel disease, that is especially Crohn's disease. And it's basically a kind of a inflammatory bowel disease where there are different pathological inflammations, ulcerations through the gastrointestinal tract from the mouth to the anus. And typically, the symptoms are abdominal pain, bleeding, dysentery, weight loss, unable to eat anything. And this is all autoimmune component there, where your body's own cells start destroying your body's own cells. So it's a kind of state, it's a kind of disease, kind of pathology where the state of mind has a direct connection with the disease. And allopathy doesn't have much in this kind of diseases except for steroids and a kind of immunosuppressants that they give. And phenomenally, homeopathy is the answer. Homeopathy has the most amazing results in these diseases, in Crohn's, in ulcerative colitis, in things like that. So homeopathy works in the way in which we try to understand the patient, we try to understand the state of the patient, the deeper understanding of how it started, what was the pattern, what was the stress factor, and going deeper in different areas and understanding the person. And homeopathic remedies act fantastically. It generally takes about a year and a half for a good result in these diseases. But I've seen fantastic results in these diseases, and I've just made a small collection of common remedies that interestingly can be used. But thing is, there is no common remedy in this disease. I've just put together some remedies where I have seen good results in. But these are not the only remedies. There are like about 4,000 remedies, and we have to individualize the cases. But that's how it goes. The number one remedy that I want to tell you is not there in this list. The number one remedy in Crohn's that I've seen is actually two remedies. The number one is Ignatia, with a history of strong grief, with the history of lot of mental shock. Think about Ignatia. I've used it so well. Another remedy that comes to your mind straight away when I'm speaking to you is the remedy magnesium, especially magnesium carb. Especially in magnesium carb patients who have Crohn's disease, they will not say anything. You will ask them, what was the stress? What had happened? They will say something had happened. But then you ask them, what was the feeling? And they'll not be able to tell anything because there's a lot of repression of emotions. There's a lot of so much within them in their subconscious state that they can't even say anything. So these are two very important remedies. Another remedy that I want to talk to you about is agrimony. This is we know this remedy to be a remedy for back flower remedy, but it's a very important remedy for Crohn's. And typically, the main symptom is masking of emotions. So they mask their emotions a lot. Typically, the remedy that I mainly learned from Kolkata, which I want to tell you, is this remedy, Glyceria glabra, Jeshtamad. Remarkable remedy. If there is one remedy which has specific action on the colons and intestines, it's Glyceria glabra. It's a remedy we need to use more often. We need to study it more in detail. Next remedy, Staphysagria. With a history of strong insult, indignation, this would be a strong remedy. Especially in today's life, in today's generation, with corporate jobs, people doing very high profile work, and a lot of history of targets and insults and domination, Staphysagria. The other remedy I want to talk to you about is the remedy Terebinthina. Remarkable remedy again. We need to know this remedy. This is in a later stage of Crohn's disease where there is a total diarrhea, bloody Patient is not able to get up, there is drowsiness, there is a dull state. Think about the remedy. Another remedy that I want to talk to you about specifically today is the remedy Rumex. This remedy I learned from Dr. Sarkar in Kolkata. Now, Rumex is typically well known for cough, no? We all know it to be a very good remedy for cough. The main symptom in Rumex for Crohn's is they get up with a lot of feeling of going to stool, and they also develop a lot of joint pains, craving for meat. So there is a lot of tubercular history. Rumex is a very important remedy for ulcerative colitis. I have the most amazing results with argentum nitricum. I had a very interesting case. The patient would constantly say that I have to do everything in time, everything in time. If it doesn't happen, there's a lot of pressure. I can't do anything. And I feel as if I'm going to get suffocated and I need to be there in the crisis. This was a state of argentum nitricum. Nitricum often means pressure, suffocation. I did very well on argentum nitricum. Another remedy, populates tremoloids. The remedy I haven't used so often, but very interesting to know this remedy, especially in extreme anxiety with palpitation. Allium sativum, the great remedy. The main symptom of it often I've used is they eat more chicken and less water. And then you need to know the use of tuberculinum and carcinosin in Crohn's disease. So this is where we are, and it's a remarkable um, homeopathy has remarkable results in this. So if you're a patient, you should be finding a good homeopath to get yourself treated, and if you're a student, study more. Our science is so beautiful. I believe we know only 10% of what is possible. The potential is unbelievable. And the potential within you is even more unbelievable. I'm talking to you. You have unbelievable potential within you. You have to find it within you.